supposed to do, the focus that he's been able to show?
Well, I think collectively, we've been dialed in defensively, and obviously on that last possession, Royce kept his concentration, kept his feet, stayed in front, and I was happy to see that, and I told him that after the game.
How much of this improved defensive play is Rudy returning, and how much of it is how everybody else gets to play because Rudy's behind them?
Well, Rudy makes us all look good defensively, and he's so unique, and I don't think there's a way you can't overstate how much myself and our group appreciates what he can do in a game. When we didn't have him, we had to play a little differently. And even the first two times, at the beginning of the season, then when he came back the first time, I don't think we were as connected then. That stands to reason given, the fact that it was still early in the season. I think a lot of the other guys got to, practice their habits, and those habits, as they pertain specifically to playing with Rudy, it's similar to having a point guard that's playing a certain way. It's happened with Ricky offensively, and when you have a player that's that unique, I won't say compensate's not the wrong word. You have to take advantage of him, and I think his teammates are learning how to do that even more, and we're seeing some results from it.
It's easy from our perspective to draw comparisons. Joe Ingles' career path, Royce O'Neal's career path.
Sure.
Are those stories really that similar, or do we need to look a little closer?
I think from the standpoint that they were guys that were identified, by our management, to that could progress and kind of fit our system. I think there's a familiarity with how we play, and the type of player that can have success. And then really the credit after that goes to Royce and Joe for the amount of work that they put in. We've said many times that we feel like we want to be a developmental program, and everybody hopefully has that happen. And in those two guys' cases, Joe first, and even Joe's continuation of that process in this year, adding a floater to his game, needing more aggressive shooting. In Royce's case, knocking down a spot-up three and being able to make a play off the dribble. Those are things that that guys work on with our coaching staff constantly, whether it's Zach Guthrie working with Joe or Lamar Skeeter working with Royce. We have a ton of confidence in our staff to be able to work on the things that translate to the game. And maybe the most relevant comparison in my mind is that they both got on the floor because they played defense. That's how you get out there, and when you get out there, don't try to get outside yourself. And as you get better, that spectrum widens the things that you're capable of doing, and you're gaining confidence because you're practicing.
Are you able to say what your expectations are for the team during the 9-day layoff, whether to take time off or to stay?
Well, yeah, we know time off is important. It's, I think, as much as anything, just physically or mentally and emotionally. And then you can't take too much time off physically because you need to come back in shape and ready to go. And it's good not to think about it and put it down. When it's over, we'll convene and get back to what we've been doing. But right now, the thing I've told our guys this morning is an example. We can't talk about the All-Star break right now. I answered the question because it's a good question and it's relevant. But there's a tendency, especially with some of the, it's positive noise, but it's still noise. There's still talk and enthusiasm and those things, and we have to block that out the same way we blocked it out when we were going through a tough stretch in December.
Do you think it's legitimate, Coach, like Steve Kerr did the other night, to let players kind of have some time?
First of all, I've maintained that it's not just imprudent, unwise and inaccurate for me to judge any other situation, whether it's a player or a game or anything. I think the key thing is, as a coach, you want to do whatever you feel is necessary, not only to help your team win, but to help your team grow. And Steve's shown what a good coach he is, and he's creative, and that was something he felt on that given night that could help his team. So,
Thanks, man.
Okay.